Hi, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. This is a pretty special journal. I've put this together because it's the end of the school year, and I thought that doing a teacher's journal at the middle end of June would be perfect for anybody who's retiring or wants to treat themselves to a journal that is a journey through time of teaching. So I just pulled some of these fun old pieces here. This is an old school book that has the best little prints ever in it from the 1800s, so I used some of those. It's every single page in here is teacher themed and education themed, and I even purchased this old school book from the early 1900s. It's fabulous. It even has the perforated pages there. So I used some of that. Anyways, let me take you on a little journey of this very, very pretty 1940s off to school book. I took some vintage beads and I made a bangle to match the beautiful colors of these children on the cover. So inside is the original first book page, and that's never been filled out, so that's kind of fun. You can fill it out yourself there, the property of. I put this piece of vintage linen and lace here and left the original first pages and the publisher's page here, and then we'll jump right into all this wonderful authentic antique and vintage ephemera. By the way, this is going in my Etsy shop today. It's hyperstamper.etsy.com, and shipping is included in the price of the journal here in North America. Yearbook page, had to have that, a teacher's yearbook page. I found this in a 1921 publication for private teachers. And then this is from a wonderful early 1900s school book, just a test that teachers would give the children. This is the dust cover of a child's geography book that is vintage. And in here, I just paper clipped in here. Here's another wonderful cluster here with some that came from a children's book page. But this is from a teacher's manual, and she would have used this for her lessons. I guess this is seasons, and then there is the March to learn about weather. That's the weather chart. I just thought that was awesome. So I'm going to tuck that right back up there. And then on this side here is from 1902, and it is the Wordsworth Who Went to School. So I thought that was a great, beautiful antique page, beautiful foxing around the edges. This is also from 1904, I think. And this is the from a geography book. But look at the two South Pole, North Pole, Western and Eastern Hemisphere maps. I love these old hemisphere maps. They're fantastic. And down here, a picture of a schoolroom. So fantastic. I just couldn't have asked for better ephemera for this. I'm so excited to show you all of this. Here is a college, and that is from probably, I'm going to say the 1920s. I can tell by the font. And then this is a blank page here, normal school buildings in Toronto. And that would have been worldwide at that era. And then that's all mounted onto this page here, another Wordsworth education page. And then this I pulled from a children's book from the 1940s, The First Day of School. And then I just put some antique board on the back there to give you more journaling space. I'll just tuck all that back in here. There's more, there's so much more. I really like this. This was a children's project in school, and they made Valentines. So some little child used crayons and the old lined paper and signed the back there with used their ruler. It's just so sweet. And I thought having a school craft from the early 1900s would be fun. And here's a piece of this wonderful blank writing page books. Oh, it's just, if you could feel it, it's just like silk. It's amazing. So I love that. And this is pretty cool. This was sent in 1957, and it is a graduation card. Still in its original envelope with the original stamp, and it is just signed Andy. You can do a lot of journaling in here as well, on the back, on the front. Again, hard to part with some of these things, but it belongs to the teacher. It just does, and not me forever. So here we go. Put that back in here. That's the back of that dust jacket. More teachers' pages here. This is a wonderful 1951 yearbook page again. That's a letter from the principal. The Canadian Speller, Teacher's Manual. So even if you're not Canadian, you can cover that if you want, put something in that square, or just leave it. It's a piece of history. Teacher's Manual, 1936. Isn't that terrific? Here's another children's book from 1957, Exploring Science. That would have been a school book as well. And here is a lovely image. That's a gentleman teacher there. And look at the heat in the schoolrooms. It's just fantastic. Very decorative. That would have been a country schoolhouse. And then this I found, it's vintage. It's very cool. It's from 1972, so 52 years old. Just a what is this teaching piece. Resources for reading. Isn't that neat? And this one here is another Collegiate Institute, and that is from 1907. Very, very cool. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite things in the journal. It is a note that a fellow wrote to his girlfriend in high school. And it says here that he can't write anymore because he's doing his essay. And I just thought a love letter from us two students to each other was pretty special. Children's book school page. And here's another one of these wonderful geography pages. And the introductory here page includes this wonderful image of another schoolroom. Here's a picture of a schoolroom. Look at the clock and tell the time. They use everything in the picture to teach with. Another teacher's page here from a 1940s book. Again, these are notes that fell out of a book that I had. Isn't that wonderful? Teaching spelling in ungraded schools. And there's the notes, likely from the teacher. And then this here is another Columbia School of Music. So I wanted to include music schools as well. And I put a little pocket here that you can slip some things into yourself. And that is from 1921. And then you can journal up in here on the lessons page of that vintage. It was called Words Are Important, that book. These pages came from here. And then again, you can see lesson 9 under here and lots more stuff here. I just loved this picture of a schoolroom here. This is from the early 1900s, and it is called Household Management. And basically it's home economics. How to take care of your house if you're the lady of the house. Gotta have this, right? It's not that old, but I loved the foxing. It's over 30 years old, so I thought that was pretty cool. Just a fun piece. Teachers will appreciate the library card, I know that. And just a little children's book page here that I turn into a journaling spot. And this is a graduating class of a university, vocational school, and from 1964. So exactly 60 years old. That fun. This also fell out of a book. It was a French book. So I didn't tape it down completely so you could read it all, but it's a student making notes of French and English translations there. I thought that was pretty cool. And a rare double blank page because you know I fill my journals up. But these are the original pages of that teacher's manual. And then this I pulled from the cover. That is actually the cover of a book, so it's on hard cardstock or hardboard. And then this was the instructions inside of a flashcard box. Instructions for teaching. Isn't that neat? So I turned it into a journaling space. Fun. This is also a beautiful plate from the early 1900s of a grammar school. This is also course in English literature, children's book from a vocational school. There's another yearbook page here. Students encourage events. But it's so cool because it's from the 50s, very kitschy. I like it. Another school picture down here from the children's book page. Here's a bunch of students who are hanging out, and probably, I think the other part of this page was a teacher reading them a story. And there's a pocket here for more stuffings. Follow the study steps. Oh, wiener dog there. And then over here, I made this wonderful double pocket out of this fantastic children's book page, School Days. And look at this one. This is from the 1930s. Look at these children. Happy times after school is out. Oh my gosh, remember all those songs we used to sing on the last day of school? And then this is, even though it looks like it's in really rough shape, I left it because it just is indicative of all the students who have used this book. So that is from the early 1900s as well. The Teaching of Nature Study. Another children's book page here. And look at this wonderful plate from the early 1900s, graduating class. Can you believe all of this? You should have seen the folder I had for my teacher's book. It was so thick. I actually have enough to make another one, but it's not. I still want more color plates for it. Another chapter page from a children's teaching book. And then I just liked this because it had the stamped teacher's library. It's just a blank page, but it's old and it belongs in here. And then just a little pocket here. And this is very brittle because it's so old. The Teachers of the Young. To Teachers of the Young. And just a lovely little poem there. And that brings us to the end of the book. Another plate for a teacher getting a book down for a student. And then the original library pocket page that was in here. And I added another book cover that I turned into a tag. So I hope you love this. I loved making it. And I hope you check out all my videos and come back soon. Bye for now.